parents. This is Lucky Mommy, single mom of 3 teenagers. Welcome to my chaos. When I was a kid, I felt like an inordinate amount of attention was paid to my clothes. My grandmother was worried that I was going to be a tomboy and that I was unladylike and I didn't carry myself in the proper way, right? I was always being told to keep my knees together and to sit up straight, and I always had dresses on, right? And so if I had been allowed to wear jeans like I wanted to, then nobody would have worried about what my knees were doing, right? As an adult, I joke about being forced to take etiquette classes when I was 8 years old, right? I could walk in heels with a book on my head, and I had perfect posture, right? Knees back, butt tucked, belly in, chest up, shoulders back, chin up. But I just wanted to be a kid. I wanted to run and play and to climb. I was happiest when I was at the top of a tree. So when baby girl was small, I put leggings on her every single day. And once I dressed her, she would grab a dress and put it over her leggings and her shirt. And her costume every single day was a shirt, leggings, knee-high mismatched socks, and a dress over the top. And sometimes it was even formal gowns, right? She would go to the playground and she would climb and she would swing upside down and she would play and just be a kid. And with her leggings, it didn't matter that she was wearing a dress because she was dressed to be able to play. So she and I found our middle ground quickly, right? She was able to wear the dresses that she wanted to wear, and I got her to wear the leggings and the jeans that I wanted her to wear. And so she was able to be comfortable and practical and have fun. And sometimes she wanted me to dress up and be fancy with her. So I would put a dress over leggings and we would go out, dressed similarly with our mismatched socks. Most of the time when the kids were small, I wore jeans, a long sleeve tee with a short sleeve graphic tee on top of it. And this was my uniform. It was practical, it was efficient, and I could do whatever it was that I needed to do. And I didn't have to worry about, clothing getting in the way of me being functional. So we were also the family that showed up everywhere with their kids wearing costumes. Kid one had a Spider-Man costume when he was little, and it feels like he wore it every single day for a year. And that might be an exaggeration, but I do remember that when the next Halloween came along, I ran out and bought that same costume again and swapped it out for the one that he was still wearing and that was like wearing itself to bits, right? And kid two had a Batman costume that he loved equally, and he wore it again until it fell apart. So I learned pretty early on that the kids loved wearing costumes and being superheroes and being creative. And so, 2 or 3 days after Halloween every year, I would go to Target and I'd buy a bunch of 70% off costumes. And I get them in various sizes. So as the kids got bigger, they would have options for things to wear and not have to wear that one costume because it was the only option that they had. So they were happy. And they had these grand adventures. And there's never been a time in their life where they couldn't easily access a pirate hat, an eye patch, and whatever else they needed for these like really cool adventures that they created. So I would say in my life, I've always thought about clothing from a practical and a fun perspective. And that's really how I've raised baby girl to think. I have these memories of clothing battles. And I don't want the kids to grow up to have this love-hate relationship with clothing, right? So as baby girl grows, she has this sense of fashion that is truly her own. She designs clothing. She takes clothing of mine and she upcycles it and turns it into something new for herself. She creates things that work in the way that she wants her clothes to work. And she's incredibly fashionable. But she's not tied to any idea of gender roles or appropriateness. She's just as comfortable in her brother's hand-me-down sweats as she is in my business blouses. Your action item today is I want you to think about whether you are wasting energy and parental capital on clothing battles, and to consider whether you're focused on practicality or propriety. And if you're worried about what people will think or how this might look, then that's probably not a good use of your limited parental energy. I know when the Luckey kids were small, I was tired all the time. And every battle that I had with them took energy. So it was important for me to figure out the places where the battles made sense and to really cut down on the places where it was just a drain for everyone. And I guess most importantly, let your kids be kids. Make dressing up an adventure, something you do on special occasions, something you do for fun, and not something that becomes this constant chore that limits their ability to play. Think about it. Let me know how it goes. Comment with questions, feedback, and new topics. Like, subscribe, share, and follow me on Insta at Luckey Mommy. Thanks for joining me on my quest to raise a thriving future generation. I'll see you soon.